What's up, guys? What I wanted to do in this video is actually do a comparison between the Canik TP9DA and the Taurus PT9, the G2C. Okay, this is not the newest of either one of these manufacturers' guns, but these are examples of a couple of very good firearms in my opinion. And the reason that I wanted to bring these out in particularly is because there are a lot of things online, especially when it comes to self-defense, personal protection, and things like that. You're going to hear the phrase that people say sometimes that the best gun to use is the one that you have with you. The reality is, if you choose to carry a firearm for personal protection, then you need to carry one that is going to be reliable. Okay, and you do not have to go and spend a fortune on a firearm to get a reliable firearm. And these are two examples of what I'm talking about right here. Okay, you can get both of these very affordably, okay, and that's new price. Okay, and if you go to the used market, you can find them even cheaper. Okay, you can even find Glocks and things like that fairly reasonable in many occasions. These two guns in particularly are very similar, yet a little bit different. Of course, the first difference is the size. You know, the Taurus is obviously much smaller than the Canik, at least this particular one. Okay, the thickness of it, however, the Canik is slightly thinner. Okay, there is also a difference in ammo capacity. This one is going to come with a 12-round magazine. This one is going to come with 17. You can get 20-round magazines for them even. And both feel good in the hand. Okay, I think that both have very decent ergos, even though this one, of course, this is my wife's, is a little bit short for me. With that magazine inserted, I do have a place for my pinky. But there again, she's able to shoot this gun very easily. Another similar feature that both of these guns have is the single or the double strike capability. And what I mean by that is if you were to press the trigger, okay, if that round did not go off, then what you could do, it basically reverts to a double action, okay, where you have that longer press and you will then go off. Okay, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a minute. The Canik, same feature. This is the DA, the double action. You do have the option, if you don't want to carry it in single action mode, where that trigger is going to be much lighter, which that's something that Canik is known for, is their triggers. I think that these are one of the best out-of-the-box triggers you can get on a firearm. Okay, so just like with the Taurus, once I press that shot the first time, I do have the option of pressing that trigger again. It's basically, it reverts to double action. Now the other thing with the Canik, okay, once that action cycles, it's single action just like that, okay? But if I don't want to carry it like that, I do have the option of pressing this here and reverting it to that double action press for that first shot. Okay, so that is one of the similarities of them, although the Taurus does not have the decocker. Of course, it does have a manual safety, okay, which that's another point of something that, you know, if you're going to carry a gun with a manual safety, you need to make sure that you practice to flipping that safety off. Okay, make it to be just a habit, or what you're going to find is when you need that firearm, you're going to forget to disengage that safety and you're going to have a dead trigger. Now the thing about the double strike capability, I'm going to have to say I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I'll tell you why. If you are in a situation where you have pressed that trigger and all you got was a click, the best thing to do is to follow your normal procedures. That is, tap, rack, and then try again, okay? Because what you do not want to happen is you do not want to waste the time trying to squeeze that trigger again, or multiple times or whatever, and it never going off. And then you're going to be forced at that time to do what you should have done in the first place, okay? You don't want to waste your time. Get that gun reloaded. You know, that is an option though. That is an option for your firearm, depending on some of you guys, if you like that feature or not. Personally, me, I don't really care about it. Okay, the double action carry for their initial shot. There again, Canik's, that double action trigger, you know, for that first press, it can be kind of a safety feature, you know, because that trigger is very light on the Canik's. You know, some people may not want to carry that. And the strikers on these, I want to show you, this is a fully cocked striker, okay, on the Canik. It's in single action mode. You can see it there, the indicator. So when I press that trigger, the striker goes forward, okay. The Taurus, okay, it does not have any kind of an indication. And there again, it's a very similar to a Glock or any of your other striker fired. You know, you do have a loaded chamber indicator on this, which, you know, folks, if you should always know whether your firearm is loaded or not. Okay, and you press that trigger, the hammer falls or the firing pin goes forward. So that is, you know, I guess you could say one of the similarities and some of the differences between these two firearms. And both, as I mentioned earlier, they're affordable. They're both reliable. That's the number one thing. Both of these guns are reliable. Okay, that's the two characteristics that a lot of people should consider: affordability and reliability. Okay, affordability should be slightly under reliability in a self-defense firearm. You need to have a gun that is going to be reliable. Okay, how much is your life worth? How much is your family? How much is your friend's life's worth? You know, make sure that you have one that's going to be reliable. These guns, they've shown themselves to be reliable. Okay, many times over, they've shown themselves to be reliable, affordable, and reliable. But guys, this is just a little bit of a comparison and a little bit of a conversation. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You know, that's mine. I think that reliability is number one. Affordability, yeah, number two. That's just me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Check out all the links down in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.